I'm gonna get a host back over here.
Oh,
A second.
what you been up to?
Me
I say, what you been up to?
trying to write these grants first. I'm gonna talk about them. I'm gonna push that out a little bit. Please power and profit everybody who's watching. Let me get this screen sharing going. It's deep. Hold on, Brenda. Wait, my little self. Yeah,
Take your time.
I'm messing around with ChatGPT for some grants.
There you go.
You messed around with it?
I already got the what you call on my phone. Oh, not my phone. I got the app too, but I already got the extension on my laptop. I love that thing.
Really? Oh, because you're in school, that's why.
No, I actually graduated. I'm done with school now.
Congratulations, you didn't tell me.
Thank you.
Oh, snap.
I'm man. Chat GBT definitely helped me at the end of that and in the terms.
Yeah. Wanna get out here and I'm gonna look for some grants out here in these streets. What's up, Tanisa?
Hey, good evening. How y'all doing?
Brandon, you playing the game?
Yeah. Yeah, I just got off from work. I'm trying to decompress right quick.
I ain't mad. I ain't mad. I'm gonna give it about a little bit before we go into grant. I mean into stocks. I wanna get into some grants.
Okay.
See if we can locate some things. Hold on, I'm gonna change the share screen in a minute because I don't know what y'all see on the screen right now, but I need to log on real quick because I don't need them shutting the screen down. So I'm gonna get into it and then I'm gonna share my screen.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so that's what I've been up to. Me and Tanisa trying to get back on the whole
Grand
how to,
aspect.
yeah. Yep. So I'm gonna do. All right, let me unshare over here. Please power profit to anybody who's watching on YouTube. Damn, I had a long day. All right, so I'm gonna get in some grants real quick. So the site I'm on right now. What's up, y'all? Revolutionary minded, contrarian. What's the word? Any of you guys who are watching, a lot of people are asking me about grants. I tell them, hey, right now you can use Chat GPT to your advantage with helping you write those. So what we'll do, we'll put it to the test. So Grant Watch is a paid subscription, but you don't have to go through Grant Watch. I'm gonna show you another way. All right, you could go to Foundation Center. I think it's.org. Let's see. I want to say it's foundationcenter.org. And then right here, that FC Online. So it's Foundation Center Online foundationcenter.org. Okay. So you can go here. You could create an account or stroll down. You have to have the account to get in. Let me see if I remember how to stroll through here. Let's go to subscribe. No, we don't want to do that. Let me go back. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Yep. So at the top, where they have Canada, at a glance, you can go there. Oh, let me tell you this before I go through. if you're a nonprofit, a 501c3, and you're not on GuideStar, you want to get on GuideStar. GuideStar is a location where, and you can register for free. It's a location where folks who are looking to support nonprofit organization, they will find you here. So it says attract donors with your nonprofit profile. You set up your profile and you'll look again, you'll start getting checks and don't even know where they come from. Because people will locate you there and they will donate to your mission. Okay. So you definitely want to get on GuideStar. Let's go to philanthropy news digest. Philanthropy, right? Let's go here and we're gonna go to RFPs. So the RFPs, request for proposal, as you can see, these are all the categories that you can apply for grants, right? These are all the different categories. So what I am going to do, I'm going to do arts and culture. So let's click here, right? In arts and culture. And then we're going to scroll down and I am going to narrow the search instead of saying all locations because I'm not all over the world. I'm going to go to South Carolina. Oh, may not have them. What? Ain't no arts and culture grants in South Carolina? Well, ain't this something? Not happy about that. On this website, there aren't any. And sometimes this website and GrantsWatch is a paid subscription, so you can see the grant, but they won't give you the details. So we can't do arts and culture. Let's choose something else. Let me see what would give me something close to it. What do you think? I want to do something. Let's do veterans. All right. Oh, wow. What are we saying here? South Carolina ain't got no money out there. All right, so let's do this. We're going to go vets and we're going to go search. We'll just do all the locations. Let's show, only one. Home Depot Foundation. Applications for Veterans Housing Grants Program. When does it do? On the 9th? I could probably make that happen. Let's click on it. Let's see if we can. All right, anywhere from 100,000 to 500,000. Okay, so it says the Home Depot Foundation invites applications for Veterans Housing Grants Program. It will award between 100,000 and 500,000 to support the new construction and rehabilitation of multifamily permanent supportive housing for veterans. Okay, no, I don't need that because I'm not doing that. Grants would be awarded solely for the physical construction of such housing. The foundation does not provide funding, furnish, rental subsidies, tenant service. The target population through the program is honorably discharged veterans at or below 80% AMI. Right? So I don't want to do that. So I'm not going to waste my time and practice with it. So let's go back. I didn't want to go that kind of back. Let's go back here. That's what I'm doing. Okay. So it's only one veterans grant. So let's go back to the arts. Let's just do all locations and see what comes up. All right, 25 of them. So you got Latino in Public. You got let's see, Aaron Copeland Fund invites you. Okay, so now we can click on this one and we can see where all, because it could be the type of grant where you could be anywhere and apply for it. Or this music performance. I'm not doing a music performance. We're looking for something for festivals. More for festivals. Let's see. Keep it going. As you can see, grants take a while to research. And this one, it's not really giving me what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something more for a festival. And I don't really see one off the top. How many did it say it was on this list? So let me go back up. All right. So this is one way to look. If you don't see what you're looking for on here, you can go back. Let's see. Let me click on RFPs. And if I remember correctly, you can. Ooh, I ain't been on there. I haven't been to the site in a while. So give me a second to acclimate my little self on here. There was a way, if I remember correctly. Let me go back. Hold on. Let me Google. Let me go back. Let me Google Foundation Center. There's a way, and you can look up by your state. Foundation Center. Let's see, Foundation Center online. Let's see. Let me see if this is it, because this has a different logo. We'll back to the same place. You know what? I may have to log in. So hold on. Let me pause this. Let me log on. May have to log on. See, yeah, this is what I'm looking for. Okay, I see how they doing it. They won't let you do it unless you get in. Okay, so all right. So when you create an account, the account is free. When you get in, it has a foundation directory. So what I'm gonna do right here, I'm gonna put South Carolina. And then I'm gonna put search South Carolina and I'm gonna hit search. Now it's gonna give me all of the foundations, any organization that has grant funds to release in Carolina. As you can see, there's 987. So you can put in your state and you could find out what's going on in your state. And so what you want to do, and you can see the total assets they have and then the total given that they've given right here on the right side. And as you can see, some of them still have, like, whoever this Jim Smith Foundation, they gave out all theirs. But as you can see, some of these others, they have a huge asset. So they still have a ways to go to give, right? And then, of course, you can see all the 990s of all the different foundations, but we don't want to look at 990s. We ain't interested in that. So we're going to go some of it here to Costa Community Foundation of South Carolina. I'm going to click on there, right? And it's going to tell me, and I can actually go to their website because it'll tell you about the company, and then you can go to their website. And when you go to their website, you can see they have grants, they have scholarships, right? And then they have this Reverend Pinckney College Readiness and Scholar Program. So we're going to go to the competitive grants that they have. You'll see they have grants. They have competitive grants in the North Low Country, the South Low, and the South Low Country. Okay, I'm not sure which one. Okay, here it is. So this, let's see. So against Low Country, so this grant is provided to Berkeley, Beaufort, Charleston, Clecton, Dorchester, Georgetown, Hamilton, and Jasper counties. All right. And then the southern look, okay, so the southern and northern low country in these the counties. So I'm interested in the Beaufort County, right? And so to tell you right here, so I guess both of them are serving both areas. So let's look at northern low country. And so when you look at northern low country, if you go in here, it will tell you the different grants
Mo.
that are. Yes.
Beaufort is in southern low country.
Oh,
Click
well,
back. If you want
well,
to specifically go to Beaufort County.
well, I'm gonna just go through both of them since I'm on it now. So
All
I
right.
guess Berkeley, Charleston, and Dorchester is in the north, and then Jasper, Beaufort, and the other one is in the south.
Yeah, that's how they had those broken up. Split up.
Oh, okay, cool. So these are the grants that are available here. So as Chai stated, Beaufort is in the southern. I'm interested in the southern one, and so here we go. So we got the Beaufort Fund, the largest grant making program in the southern low country, has 3 categories intended to suit the needs of small, large, and first-time applicants. And then we got the Winthrop Family Fund, and that's just for Allendale and Hamilton County. And then you have the new fund, Neighbors Energized to Win, up to 3,000. And it's available annual for low and moderate income neighborhood groups in Charleston and Clecton counties. I don't know why I can't say that word right. Then, okay, so boom. So this might be our only bet. So then I will click here, and then I will go here and I will look to see the criteria. So got to be a 501c3, got that. Annual budget of 300,000 or be a 501c3 public charity or have a fiscal sponsor. So we would fall right there. She's the person to contact. And that's the Genesis grant. And so the Genesis grant, this grant supports strategic growth and our expansion to increase the impact of a program that has already been proven. And this is what we will fall under this grant. And they also support a project addressing the community need in new and creative ways. So we'll think about the Genesis one. And then you got the operational grant. And this grant is only available to organizations that have applied to the Beaufort Fund previously. Nonprofits may request up to 20,000. So we haven't already applied, so it wouldn't be the operational. So we may get to 20,000. And then you have the first time grant. This grant is only available to nonprofits that have not applied to the Beaufort Fund previously. And this one is up to 10. So I like the first time one because we don't qualify for the second one, and the 8,000 is smaller than 10,000. So we would go here. All right. So then I would hit apply.
Mo, got a question.
Yeah.
If you haven't applied for one before, so that's the first time one, and the other grant, couldn't you apply for both of them?
I'm not sure, but it's worth the try.
Okay, I was just wondering based on what they were saying.
When we'd read it, we'd have to find out if it counts you out. So, I'd shoot her a nice email, actually.
Right, because that one said a program that has already been proven successful. So you apply for that 8,000 and you go down to that first time grant and be like, well, I never applied before. So let's see, we can get 8,000 or we can get 10,000. What we gonna do?
Can we get both?
Both, right.
Yeah, I'm with the both. So let's open it up. And so now the next thing you would be looking to see is when is the deadline to apply. So as we can see for this one, Christy Wallace is the PO, is the point of contact. And then looks like it's a portal, but I was looking to see if they may have a hard copy. So let's click on it. Okay, so it's not like the other ones, and I have to create an account, and I don't want to create an account right now. So let's look for another grant. I'm gonna of course keep this on my radar. Let's look for another one. So that's pretty much how you would, oh, let's see, applications for, okay, I don't have it. So this is pretty much how you would go about it. So I'd hit the back button, right? So I went through one. They don't really have any funding left over. This Spartanburg. Let's check this one. Central Carolina. Go to the link. Let's see what their grants are for. Before we start, okay, grant opportunities. All right. They even got scholarships and everything. All right, so let's see what type of grants we're working with. 240 million in grants and scholarships in Midlands. All right, so you have the livability grants. What are they about? Livability. That must be probably for, okay, connected communities grants. Funds innovative projects to improve communities' quality of life and livability and increase residents' satisfaction and community attachment. What does that mean? Slide. All right. Connect communities is a challenge. Okay, what they will fund. Okay, a safe place to live and work, healthy care for citizens. Okay, so basically, I can use this for housing repairs, quality job opportunities. It's for people who are staffing, affordable housing, people who helping with that, safe proximity, proximal, high quality recreation areas or experience. Okay, cool. So boom. Here are the guidelines. Here are the counties they would fund. So we in Richland County. So that'd be good. Up to 50,000. I think I might need to check that out. All right. The challenge portions must be generated in addition to 30% of the reward from the community foundation. Funds are only available in the form of challenge grants. Oh, so challenge grant is kind of similar to a matching grant. Yeah, matching goal. That's fine. We can match. The only way we can't match is if they say it can't be in connection with a governmental grant. And sometimes they'll say that. Oh, so they have different rounds. All right, so I'll come back to that.
Monica,
Yes.
Mo,
Huh?
go back. Yeah, go back down where you was looking at where it says about the matching grant and stuff. There's something else that you might want to bring to their attention. Go down a little bit more where it says note that
Yeah.
grantees may allocate up to 15% of their grant award for general and administrative costs.
Right. So when the rule of thumb, if you're doing almost any grant, is that you're only going to be able to use 15, anywhere from 15, depending on the amount of the grant. This was only 15,000. So, I mean, 50,000, that's why it's only 15. But the larger your grants are, they're not going to let you go more than 30%. So anywhere, so if you're writing up a grant, I would always keep that in mind, that my administrative costs cannot exceed 15% or 20%. In this way, anytime you're looking for grants or you're writing up proposals, you would already be consistent with only having that amount in your administrative costs, and then that way you won't have to worry about redoing your budget. So yeah, definitely good observation. But you kind of see where I'm going. Y'all kind of see where I'm going on how to go through the grants. And then of course, these are by different locations. Then programmatic grants. Ooh, let me look at AFLET. Never seen that before. Let's look at AFLET. Oh man. What did it say? It was due? It was the grant opened up? Oh man, it's too late. Man, look at this. Oh, 5Ks are not acceptable. I was about to say, darn. We get a 5K coming up. Let's see. All applications must be submitted. Dang, we missed that damn deadline. You know, I knew, I told them those insurance locations be giving out money, be giving out grants. So I gotta be ready for next year for this one. I'll take that 10,000. This is, and also if you want to build you a database of when grants are due, so you can know when you can look into applying for them. Right, so we have all these different areas that you can go to apply for the grant. Now make sure y'all keep an eye out if somebody come in because I'm not paying attention. Yeah, let me go back. All right, let me go here. Yeah, let's go back. All right, so yeah, so we would just take our time and we would go through each one of these, and we could possibly put them in order by city, and then go through and look for the ones in your area. So we know we're not in none of those areas right there. Oh, West Columbia. West Columbia. So we can look through these foundations, these different charitables, and see who has what, who's giving what. And you never know. You may stumble on somebody. We have something to offer. And so this is another way for you to find grant information and find out who's giving, you know. And you would just go to each of the websites. And yes, it takes time. And yes, you have to read and all of that. You know, it's just part of the plan. It's just kind of how it works these days. And so GrantWise streamlines it because you can put in, you know, you can kind of go through and it'll give you the ones that are available right now, that kind of thing. And we can go into that too, because I did a subscription for a week long. And I'm sorry, y'all. One of my eyes is properly operating and the other one is dry as all get out. Woo. Oh, how much I can stay in the computer light. All right, so let me go back. So let me choose another state. Let's choose another. Let's choose. We can choose another state. Let's choose Mississippi since price just jumped on.
Hey, Ms. Mo, what type of grants you looking at right now? What are these grants for?
Okay, so this particular website, this is Foundation Center. And when you subscribe to Foundation Center, you can do a free account and you can search by your state and it'll show you all of the foundations in your state. Like there's 503 foundations in your state who has an opportunity to solicit funds.
To do what?
Example,
Whatever I want?
Well, no, what happens is once you bring them up, right? Well, we can be specific and we can search by the types of grant by descriptions, or sometimes if it's the first time someone is looking at it until they familiarize themselves with the site, then I just do it the state wide open, and then I come wait, let me move this little thing out the way.
Is this tying in to last week with the SAMS account and program? Okay.
Right, because last week I was showing you all the administrative information you need to get out of the way before you get into grants, because they gonna need that information.
Okay, and then these different from soliciting contracts.
These are grants, yeah.
Okay, all right. I'm listening. I'm just trying to catch up.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine. That's a good question. Somebody else may ask that. All right. So this website, Foundation Center, when you subscribe, it's free. Then they give you access to all the foundations that are out there. So, like for example, excuse me, You in Jackson. So I'm gonna go to the Community Foundation for Mississippi. All right. Then when I open it up, it's gonna give me the actual website. So when I go to the website, you'll see where it says we can click on nonprofits, we can click on funded opportunities, go to grants. And when you scroll down, it says Community Foundation for Mississippi primarily offers 2 distinctive types of grants to charitable organizations in our service area: donor direct grants and competitive grants. Donor direct grants are charitable gifts made by the Community Foundation of Mississippi Fund advisors directly to specific charities or to their favorite cause. If you are a donor interested in starting a charitable giving fund, learn more about it, boom, go there, right? And then the other one is the competitive grants, and it's built around focus areas and are reviewed by a decision-making committee based on the eligibility and selection criteria. It provides opportunities for charitable organizations to apply for competitive grants throughout the year and offer technical assistance during the process. Below you'll find a list. So let's go down. So here's what we got. Here's the focus area. We got placemakers, children and family, community partners, and capacity building. So those are the kind of what it's centered around. So when you scroll down here, you got your community impact grants. That one closes, is open right now for the summer. It closes June the 15th, gives up to $15,000, gotta be a 501c3. It's offered in 22 counties in Mississippi. No financial match, that's pretty good. Project demonstrates community support, how it would be prioritized. Community impact grants will support projects that follow the categories: placemaking, children and family, community partners. So here's some examples. So a placemaker, an example include but not limited to projects that can demonstrate outcomes that contribute to increased livability, projects that focus on activation of unutilized space, such as beautification, trail improvements, tactical herbalism, blight removal, and other project-based creative innovations to transform public spaces into or increase public dialogue about the built environment, community vibrancy, local storytelling, or quality of life. Now, somebody may see this grant and they may see, oh man, I can't do that. Man, I'm trying to do something for the youth, man. I don't got nothing, da, da, da. Well, in actuality, you got to learn how to use your creative mind and your creative understanding on how to leverage. So if I would see the grant, it's $5,000. I could do 2 things. I could teach entrepreneurship with landscaping, and I can go around and cleaning up some places, teaching them how to use lawnmower. That's one thing. And then them going out there and getting it done. That's 2. I may even offer them a little stipend to do it. See how I just made that work? It didn't matter what kind of youth program. It don't matter what kind of youth program I'm working with. This is my special project. I'm going to take this $5K and I'm going to teach you a trade. And we're going to go, maybe we find a trail or something that hasn't been used in a while that needs to be improved. And we go out there and dig up the pathway or pull up some weeds. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, Ms. Mo, if you're talking about Jackson, it's plenty of areas, more like lots or just somebody's yard. I feel what you're saying.
You see how that is? So yeah. I got a group. If I got the audience, I can make any grant work. It doesn't have to be specific to my mission. I just have to use my bodies to complete the mission.
Is there one that you can make in peace, everybody? What's up? Is there anyone,
brother?
Is there one you can make in California?
Yeah, I'll show you California in a second. So boom, so I just started Mississippi's. Got children and family. So and you get the gist. You can go through this stuff. And then community partners. So basically, when you go through, and then, okay, so that's that one. Then you got this grant, nonprofit capacity built mini grants. And this one, nonprofits may apply through a mini grant to receive discounts or scholarships to attend professional development courses. What? Which South Carolina was offering it. Maybe I take that class and go learn how to write a grant. Right? Or training.
I got
Go ahead, Price.
no. I got Chat GPT.
Hey, I know, right? I would go bring that up. Trainings to assist their broad or staff learning ways to increase their efficiency, strengthness. You know what? You can use Chat GPT, take the grant and use and teach these teachers who don't want to get involved with this technology and teach them how to use it. Oh boy. Oh man. It's so much. It's so much. So boom. So that's this one in particular. Hold on. Let me tell this boy I'm live. I just told it knucklehead. All right. Let me go back. So let me go back. So that was that one. So you get the gist of that. You can go through everything that the Community Foundation has to offer in Mississippi and so on. And you could, so it's 503. You can go page by page, or you can put it in order by, go back up, by city, and then go through and find everything that applies to Jackson. You know, you just stroll through until you find Jackson's. And then you would want to go through, because you don't want to waste your time going through other areas and you can't apply. You know, this stuff already takes enough time to go through. All right. So boom, it starts here. And you can go through each one of these and see how it applies and can you apply for any grants in that area. So what I normally do is jot them all down and then take some time, you know, choose one at a time, one day. Don't try to go through all of them. You know, pick a couple of them, go through them, and then try to tackle them that way. Okay. So that was Mississippi. So Sunny, we on foundationcenter.org. And once you create an account, you know, it's free to subscribe. Once you create an account, all you do is click here, go to location, and you put in California. Or look, you can actually choose it by your counties. What county are you in?
LA.
Okay. So I'm gonna take it off the full state and just do LA. And then click search. And I'm sure y'all probably got a million. So here's 4,000. And you take your time and you click on each one. And when you click on them, it'll give you the websites, right? You go to the website. And then when you go to the web, reason I clicked on the community ones because they usually giving out a lot of multi donors. You know, they give out a lot of grants, and it'd be stuff that you can write up on your own. And then you just scroll down and then look for the grants. Some of the lingo is different, so you can maybe click on that. Here we go, nonprofits, and then open grants, right? And it tells you how to apply, give you resources and all of that. Open grants. Now, and then you can go to view open grants, and then boom, here you go. And you go through each one of these grants and see which one is feasible for you to write to. Like I said, y'all got a whole bunch of them. Right? So the goal is to show you all where to go to look for those opportunities. And then you don't have to just look for it that way. You can this is the way I was showing earlier. Where is it at? On the philanthropy tab. So you click over finding funding, not this one. When you first go on, you will see a part and it'll say RFP. It'll look like this. Sometimes when you go to the page before you log in, it'll look like this. And you could go to the RFP tab and you could select the type of grant category that you're interested in. right? So once you do that, um, so let's see, a lot of people interested in the youth, right? Helping the youth. Look, there's 8 grants. This is just wide open. This is not to a particular state or anything, right? But when you open it up, you'll read it and it'll tell you who this grant applies to, right? So the reason I always go to your state, because you don't really want to waste time unless you're just browsing through the site and becoming more familiar with what they have to offer, then you'd be kind of twiddling your thumbs trying to figure out which one you can, that's going to be good for you. And then when you subscribe and you put your criterias in there, it will actually send you this. So I get emails from this site every day, or at least once a week, sending me the type of grants that's in my area, right? And so you can do that. You can go that way. And this is free to get the information. Now, Grant Watch is not free. That's what I was on a second ago. But they pretty much offer the same, will share the same grants. And I don't know where is it. But now the other site you could go to, those were foundation grants. You could go to, if you want to look into some federal stuff, then you go to grants.gov. If you go to grants.gov, you can't submit for this unless you have SAMs. Don't even think about it. The foundations, you'll possibly be able to submit to those because they're nonprofit just like you are, private foundations. And, they may not ask you for the governmental stuff. But when you get to the government site, you have to have that information. But if you already have it, you go to search grants, and then you can select your criteria here. You can select it by word. You can do a word search, right? And then it'll show you where they have those different things, or take the word search off. And you can say grants. If you have a specific entity, let's say you want to do it for businesses, small businesses. So see, that's funny out there for small businesses. It's just a matter of you searching to find out if something for you. Let me take it out of that.
Yeah, Mo, you're gonna have to slow it down. I don't know about everybody else.
I'm sorry.
I'm not using ChatGPT to record everything, or what I'm saying. I don't know if the show might get canceled again. So I'm writing everything down so.
Oh, I'm sorry. So sorry. Okay, let me go back there.
My typing hand is already kind of like,
Did you get the Foundation Center?
I got everything. I
okay.
didn't want to stop your wisdom, but I'm trying to keep up without stopping you.
I'm sorry. Okay, so the grants.gov site, you can search by the keyword, or you can actually come here and you can select categories and narrow your search, right? You can do the ones that's posted or the ones that's for the future, forecasted. Okay. And again, here are the categories, just like on Foundation Center. You can select what categories that you want to look at. Like I'll look at, I got it on individual. Look, there's a grant all the way in Tokyo. But I have it on individual. I'm gonna take it off individual and I'm gonna put it on nonprofits, other than higher institutions. All right. So boom. Oh, I was looking for this grant. Shanisa.
I say DOL.
Yes. This is a good grant, especially if you can get the supportive partnership.
Oh, I can't see that. Can you make that a little bigger?
There you go. Take a picture. Shanisa has a job readiness program she wrote up. She got the program. All she had to do for this particular grant is expanded to what they're looking for, which we possibly already have. So when you open up the grants.gov grants, you'll have the synopsis, you have the history on it, right?
Wait a minute,
And
Ms. Mo,
then
did that say $80 million?
yeah, it did. That's the
And then
total.
award?
That's the total in the actual fund. But they're not gonna
Oh,
award, you know how you did. One entity know how you did 5 million, no less than 500,000. They're only giving out 25. Go to related documents, and this is what you want, the actual package. You can preview it, and they will break it down. Now, oh,
in,
y'all, I'm sorry, my eyes hurt.
in layman's terms, what do you have to do for this grant?
I'm about to open it up right now. Hold on. Let me turn this off. Jeez. I need to grab some CMOS. Okay, so here's the application. You open up the application. Here it is, baby. So this is the data pretty much of your company, name, where you located, all of that kind of stuff. Who's applying, the description of the project, where you located, when does your project start? Do you have any other funds other than what you're asking for? These are some rules, executive orders. You got to go look at it and see what it says so you can know whether or not it applies to you. All right, so that's just the first part of it. The budget narrative. This is what your budget looks like. I'm gonna go over this next time, the budget piece of it, because this takes a little longer than ever. But here's the gist of what you have to have. But this has to be explained. Every number you put on here has to be explained. Personnel, y'all know that's the people working. Fringe benefits, that's any insurance, any incentive type things, health and welfare, that kind of thing. Travel, that's if you're going to pay any type of mileage, any flights, that kind of thing. Per diem. If you're going to buy any equipment, supplies, you're going to pay any contractors, going to build anything, miscellaneous money. Indirect charges is where your taxes go, how much your taxes are. Program income, are you getting any income other than coming from the program? It's the grant itself, actual grant money, federal money, non-federal money, and any other money that applies. But that's a whole nother fast by stuff, Lord. I don't want to do that right now.
Does it depend on what kind of business you would start to have that?
All businesses should have a budget of that sort. If
No,
you
I
have
mean,
a bit,
I'm saying what kind it is, not as far as like how much funding, like what does it matter what kind of business that you create for the funding?
No, because as you see,
So the reason why I was asking, because as I was looking at that, I was thinking in my head, would I be able to create a situation to where I can get grants to create a hedge fund, but at the same time have it on the page to where my hedge fund isn't on the page of trading or day trading or whatever. It's more on the page of investments by locals. So the investments
I'm
by
tracking.
locals.
I'm tracking what you're saying. So let's do this.
Yeah.
Because I'm not, because so small businesses can get grants. And there's some companies that actually give entrepreneurs, new philanthropists, business money, seed money in grants. So you could be a for-profit and get a grant. I guess that's what I'm saying. And I'll show you a couple of agencies that do that in a second. So yes, you would want to write up, and yes, you can create a situation for a budget, because keep in mind, you can't do everything. You ain't gonna be the person, the clerk, the accountant, the logistics person, the security person. And even if you paying them, you know, minimum wage or a stipend or whatever it is, an amount, if you're gonna write a grant, it behooves you to have a team so you can create it. But I'll show you that too as we go along. So honestly speaking, I know what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm about to do for you right now. Let me do it right now and to make it easier for you all to build off of as I go through this. Because what's gonna happen is, you know, this is like teaching a college course. It's draining. And sometimes, I mean, so here's what I'm gonna do for you. I'll say I never did nothing for y'all. Applicant name. I'm gonna give y'all a template. Applicant name. Mission. Project title. Description. I've done this before too. Demographics, probably several times. Demographics or target audience. Patient. Program. Benefits. Supporting services. Outcomes. Outputs. All right. Okay. All right. So, oh yeah, and budget. So every grant have these as a basic, right? So if you write to this template, then you would be almost prepared for any grant. You would just have to copy and paste it. So the applicant name is the name of your company, right? And then your mission is basically, I mean, what do you set not to do? Oh, I need to add something. Hold on. Objectives, goals. And all of this, right? When you put this in, you would be oh, I wanted to put at least 3. Same thing. And you want to be quantitative is your friend, not qualitative. So don't be so worthy and you're not, and people like numbers. They want to be able to see, you know, you got to be able to have something you can obtain, something you can measure. Okay. Then you have this title. The title, okay, so the reason, so you can really have what your company does, right, as a mission, and have a project that meets the mission. Does that make sense? You can have, so you may apply for a grant for, let's use the youth. I may apply for a health grant for the youth, but I may name it, I'll give it a name, and then I'll take that same company and I may apply for apparel or clothing for the team, and I'll name it something. And then I may come back around and I may apply for optometry grant for them to get glasses. Same company, same mission, same goals, same objectives, everything on the bottom, the description of the project title, the project description, and the program may change. But my target audience, my benefits to my community, my supporting services may be the same. Okay, and we're gonna talk about the rest of it in a second, right? So this can change based on the type of grant you apply for. So what you have to keep in mind is, so I'll use Sunny's company for example, right? So Sunny can say beginner paper trading for beginner paper trading, and he can come up with an acronym to name that as a project title. His description, I want to do a 4-week course, 1 hour per 4-week course every Wednesday from 6 to 7, 1 hour for 16 to 18-year-olds in Los Angeles, whatever the county is. And the program is going to be the program broken out. It's going to be a lecture, a hands-on, then a live trading. And then I'm gonna go, or maybe I'll go from introductory, teaching them the lingo of the investment, where you can, and then the next time I'll teach them where you can invest. The third week I'll teach them about all the different investing vehicles out there that they can use. And then the fourth week, I'll actually show them how to do it live. The benefits to the community is if I teach them how to invest, they will be able to be a productive taxpayer. They'll be able to be economically sound and sufficient and be self-sufficient. And then supportive services, I could partner with the local high school, recent graduates. I can partner with the group homes. I can partner with, you see what I'm going with that? My outcome is that I'm only going to do 25 students. Out of the 25 students who enroll and come to my orientation, I expect for 100% of those students to start the program. So that would be my, so I'd have my enrollment, then I'd have my participation. I want 100% that we're gonna come back to participate. And then my graduate in the class, I want at least 70% out of that 25 students to graduate. My budget, I need $300 per student. And this is what I'm gonna use it for. I'm gonna use it for a shirt, a team shirt. I'm gonna get them a tablet. You see where I'm going with that? Am I making sense?
Yeah, I'm writing everything down.
Yeah, I totally get it. I get this.
I
Right.
take notes, so I'm taking notes right now.
Right. So no matter what grant you go after, so I would have the name of my company and my mission. My mission would be to have a hedge fund that caters to new learners, to prepare them, to equip them So you see I'm going? So you kind of breaking your mission now on what you want to do with that group of people. And then my objective is to train 100 students a year or 100 teams a year to, I want to train 100 teams a year to be self-sufficient and investors. And so that would be one. But you see how I use numbers in my objectives? Because when you come back to do your follow-up in a year, never do a project that lasts the entire year. You always have to have a planning stage. So that's where the program come into play, right? So I said, we're gonna do a 4-week, right? So that means instead of my program being 4 weeks, my program is actually 8 weeks, because my first 2 weeks is planning, right? Got to get with my people. Even if it's just me, I still need to plan, right? I need to plan my whole thing all out. Then my third through 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. Wait, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, through 6 week is implementation.
Is what?
Implementation. That's when you actually going to teach the students. And then my 7th, the 7th and 8th week, and I probably get these wording wrong, but I'll fix it in a minute, is follow-up, right? Because at this point, you know, they're out. So in these 2 stages, so if I was to break this out, ooh, I'm preaching better than y'all clapping. Well, I better have some donations for my not you, Price. I got a good donation for you, but boy, the rest of y'all, ooh, Price exempt. He saved y'all. He saved y'all. He saved y'all, honey. Let's see. This is all based on Price, Coach, and who's that gave me that donation? Sherry's donation. Yep, I'm gonna give y'all this work because they put in the charitable for y'all. Watch me work this. All right, so we got weeks. So you got 1, 2, 3. So just like this. Let's say 8. All right, we'll do this like that. And then bam. There. Anybody took project management? Brandon.
Yeah.
There. Oh, I did it wrong. There. And then here. All right. So here we got shade these out. And I can actually go so far. Let me make another line. Because I got to put the dates in there. So let's do this. And all of this, as you can see, all of this takes time. But if you do it right, you really make a real impact. But watch me work for a second. So once you get this down, honestly, all you need to do is talk. You got to be able to sell the story. All you're gonna have to do is talk. I'll show you how to put your whole grant, your whole spiel together. You're gonna be ready. You get out there, because I'm telling you, people get people get grants because they know their program. Nobody didn't write it for them. They know what they're doing, and the people believe in them and say, okay, they know what they're doing. You know, I don't mind funding them. Let me go and give them some money. Let's see. Do this real quick. This. And I'm just kind of blocking the spaces so you can see them. All right. So you got, now, what I'm missing is the dates. So this the program, this is the program piece of this. So each piece would build. So I'm gonna put this tab program, and then I'll make the other tab. The tabs are what the other categories are. So you can kind of work that in, how you need to work it in. This is how you build it. And then there's a written piece, of course. All right. And then you have to put the dates in here. So maybe, let's say where we at, June 1st tomorrow. So maybe we would say June. So we're using the weeks. So we could do it one or two ways. We could say June 1st through, I need a calendar. Let me get it off my thing. June 1st. So it would be, we're not gonna start on the 1st. So we got to start the 5th. So we're gonna go the 5th through the 16th. So it'll be 5 to 16. All right. And then here, this one would be 19, 26, and 3. So the 7th. So that would be June 19, July 7th. And then right here would be the 10th through the 21st. Right? So this would be your program dates. Okay. So here. All right. So your program would go June 5th through July the 21st. Now, what we would do during your planning stage, you would actually say what you're doing, right? So you can say I'm preparing intake forms, marketing. What else you could, and locating, if you don't already have one, locating a venue. Right? And let me spread this out. All right. And then on your implementation stage, right here, you can say, so in your planning, all you doing is getting ready to actually fold out the program, right? And then once you get started, so here it will be a little different. So let me open them out a little bit. So on day 1, you would have orientation. And one on ones. And I'm gonna explain why I'm saying and doing what I'm doing so you can know how. A lot of times when people do grants or they do nonprofits, they get overwhelmed and overworked because they don't spread out the information. And anybody who's awarding a grant, they know this. That's why some people don't get awarded, because people look at it like they don't know what they're doing. There's no way they can do all of that. And people get overwhelmed because they don't meet their goals. because they've done too much at one time. So you have to spread it out. So you do your orientation the first week, the second week, and in this orientation, because you may have time, so you may have to decide, okay, maybe instead of doing 1 hour, maybe I have to do 2 hours, or maybe I have to do 3 hours at a minimum, whatnot. So I would say the orientation, the one-on-one, and let's say intro to investment concepts. You can change this up however you want. You can put this in Chat GPT and it'll give you a whole program. I'm just giving you an example so you kind of understand how what it's telling you and how this kind of works, and how to break down what Chat GPT is telling you and format it so that you don't have to copy and paste the entire thing. You can kind of take their information and then make it work for you the way you would like, by having a little bit more understanding to go with it. And then the fourth week, let's say you are educating the class on investment companies. And that would be companies to use their platforms. So that's your Stashes, your Weebles, your Moo-Moos. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Then you don't want to overwhelm yourself because you got to take into account these people are going to be asking you questions. Then in week 5, you want to teach how to manage money on paper trade. And then I'm gonna tell you this is how you bait people to pay you for your knowledge. So this first part will be free. Because once you get them in, they're gonna want more. And then the last week, because the whole time you have a project that they're working on as well. I didn't say that, so I'm gonna put that back up here. Create team and individual. You always got to have an center project in there. Training project. Let's figure that out. Week 6, you will have we call that when you presentations, class presentation.
What do you mean presentation?
So remember I went back and I added create a team and individual training project.
Mm-hmm.
So that project, they're gonna have the whole time. This project needs to be geared. So the template you're gonna create for them to do a project is gonna be geared around what you taught them the whole time.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
Yes. So you're not gonna be over here coaching. You're basically teaching them. It's kind of like teaching them to complete the project as they go along, right? And then you'd also have class presentations and graduation, because you're gonna give them a
Monica.
Yeah.
That kind of reminds me of how University of Phoenix does their doctoral program.
Hey,
You're working on your dissertation as you're taking your classes.
Yeah. Hey, I got my master's from Phoenix, right?
I know that.
So, hey, what they say, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just have to.
Exactly.
Exactly. So that's how you learn, right? So now that Chad and told y'all how I put my knowledge together. Let's see. Then on week 7, right? Because this is our follow-up, 7 and 8. you wanna, we're in week 7. So the first week of that, you want to follow up on the students. And then week 8, you go into I'm sorry, presentations, evaluation. Because you want them to get, oh Lord. You want them to give you feedback. Because you can't, that's all right. Yeah. You want to be able to get feedback. I'm gonna close this in because I'm on I just realized I could do wrapped text. Forgot about that. Wrapped text. I'm not gonna jump this in. Make it like this. Oh man, I'm using my Excel skills.
Oh man, let's not talk about that, Ms. Mo.
There you go. I should be able to just click these things. We're gonna wrap the text though. Make it a little easy for you guys to see. There you go. I'm gonna have it all on one. Yeah, see, I wanted to have it all on one page. And then that up right there. And then week 8. I'm gonna split this up too. And then week 8, when I say follow with the students, and then week 8, you're gonna do the after action report, where you're gonna evaluate what you need to do next. You can evaluate yourself.
Hey Mo, right quick.
Uh-huh.
A stupid question. Do you have to do this for every program that you get, or every?
Yes. And the reason is because remember, this is your planning stage. This is how you're going to approach your program. This is how you're going to approach your grant. So you could put this together. Let's see, one and 2. That's how when you see a company, a nonprofit, and they got a million things they do, you know they're not doing this stuff well, because there's no way you could be successful and do it right with all of that. And you got about 2-3 people working it. That's why they don't get funded. That's why they coming out the pocket, because they're not really writing their programs up properly and tackling them efficiently, because people are looking like there's no way you could do all of that. You must be crazy. So narrow it down. It doesn't mean your goals, you may have aspirations to have 1,000 people in your program, but you can't start off with 1,000. Not if you don't have no team. They'll drive you crazy. Or your program will be a wash within you hear the expression all the time that people fail or companies fail within the first 5 years.
Yeah.
This is why. Because even with a for-profit, you should have the same concept. You should put your for-profit the same way. Because how are you going to grow if you don't break out what you're doing? Have a plan. You got to have a plan. Not just the large companies, you got to have one too. And it may not be as specific as a program, but you need to take some time. So watch. This is July. And okay, so we have January. So watch this. February. all the way to what's going on with my thing? March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, December. All right, to December, right? So January, June, and July is this is my program month. Right? That means in the month of August, I don't care how many people are interested. I'm not running it back in August. Why? I need a break. I'm gonna run it back in September and October. Right? Then I'm gonna run it back again. Then guess what? The holidays, people, kids, you can, but ain't nobody trying to be at school and doing nothing in the holidays, and neither are you. Got things to do. And in end of November, so this is another break time, right? So guess what? I'm not running it back again until February and March. I'm gonna take a break in April. Graduation is in May for people. So it's hard to get participants during those months. Those are your hard months. These are your breaks. This means don't touch the program. You ain't got time for that. You need to take a break. People go crazy when they do too much. You're doing too much. Take a break. Because guess what? You already created a planning period. You don't need to be planning then too, unless you're networking. Maybe I'm talking about investment. Maybe you go to an investment conference, you picking up more tools for your toolbox so that you can be able to, have more, to offer your program. But other than that, take a break. Chill out. That's how people catch heart attacks early. Right? So this is the meat. So you see how this is broken out? I got my days. I know what I'm doing. Doing these days. So guess what? Now, because here's what you're doing. So let's say where we in right now, June, right? So boom, you can't start this. So now you got June to August, right? So you say, man, I want to get ready for September. And most people, they'd be like, oh man, I want to do it right now. Well, no, we can't do it right now. You got to get some things together because you brand new at this thing. So now the first thing you do, you look at your list and you say, okay, what's the first thing I'm going to do? I need to be doing. I need to create some intake forms. So you ain't gonna reinvent the wheel. So what you do is when you come here, hey y'all. So what you do is when you come here, you go to Google and you say, you ain't gonna type intake forms for beginner investment programs, right? And you go out there and see who have some things that you could take. Look, a whole bunch of free course. Look, Sonny, free course, how to start a hedge fund.
I'm quite sure it's more complicated than that.
Technology is Look. Yeah, I'm checking it out. I just got a piece of chicken in my hand, so I couldn't really tap it in.
Exactly.
But yeah.
Look, 8-week online program value investment framework. You don't want to take their stuff, but you want to see what you can use from it. Right? You go here, let's see, you be like, okay, what they done put out here I could take. Everything kind of what I just talked about in the program, right? Come up with the weeks, know how many hours you're gonna do, how much it's gonna cost, la, right? Scroll down, don't let them put nothing out here you could take.
Up too late right there.
Where?
Program. Keep going down.
Where?
Right
oh,
there.
Boom. Look, bam. Right? So one thing you have to understand about some of these, because they're so advanced, so you may be like, that might be just a bit too much for me. So I might not be able to roll with this guy, So I got to back up off of them, So you back up and you go find somebody else. Okay, look, here we go. Nerds, invest in Investing for beginners, right? Scroll down. Let's see what they're talking about. All right. They did strategies. We said language, right? Concepts. You can look at it. You can see, okay, how does that work for me? Scroll down, see what they put in here. Let's see. They always give you something. Okay. They talking about the different types of ways you can invest. So you can look at your plan and say, okay, do I want to roll with that or do I want to come with this stuff? Oh, okay, I kind of like this stuff. People talk about this all the time, and you could create your own class. Just make sure, I would say, I would get my info from Investopedia, but you can get it from any of these. Just bounce it from the source that you know that's more likely to be used. Okay, here's the apps. We did talk about this. This is one of ours, right? Because we said introduce them to the investment platforms, right? So, boom, there you go, right there. You see what I'm saying? So you could go and build. Now, what you do is when you gather the information, so what I was looking for is what I was looking for was an intake form. Let's see. Okay, if they don't have one,
To
you
Microsoft templates.
You already know. And look, and what you can do is you can say, because you want the questions, you could say 10 questions to ask a beginner investor. Yeah.
Uninformed. Yeah.
Right. And then you go and you look for those questions and you create you one right here. Look at 10. How much money do I want to invest? What if I have debt? Want to pay that off first? You can create it, right? You can go through and see what questions you want to use, and you create your intake form, right? You come back, you say, okay, I got my intake form. Then you want to see how you want to market it. And remember, I've already showed you how to come up with your flyer. One time I did this live, and somebody was on, and they wanted to do a barbershop. They wanted to teach young men and women on how to become a barber, and I did their whole summer camp, and it was really good. I can't even remember who the guy was though. Right here, post to my wall. Get you a post to my wall account. I can't log on because they might try to say I'm using the stuff, but what am I thinking?
Mo, got a question.
She left. All right.
Mo.
Yes, I'm listening.
Okay, so like when you were looking for intake form or whatever, when you do Google, can't you go over to images and it might pull up something that's already done that you can kind of borrow information from?
Oh yeah, that's true. I just didn't sometimes I don't be thinking. Let me go back. I don't even know where I was looking for it. But yeah, you're exactly right. That's why you here.
Just trying to put another option out there.
Yeah. So post to my wall, you can go to create, design, and we're talking about investing. So I go to investment, and I'll hit search and I'll look at their flyers, see if I like one of them. And I'll pick a template and I'll go to work with it, right? If I don't like the investment, I'll put in money. I'll come back. I'll look at the money templates, see if it's something I like. And
Hey Mo, is this for free?
Yeah, it's free.
Okay.
Sometimes you'll click on a template and it may say you have to buy it, but then you go find another one. But it is free. Right? Any template you want. And you can see on the side, right? Sometimes I get a little jazzy and I'll say financial. I'll hit enter and then I'll say videos only. And then when they come up and I get me a video, then I'll screenshot, like, let's say I wanted to use this one, right? Now the video is $14.95 if you want it, but you don't have to, right? But if you save it, watch, when you hit save on it, Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a premium subscriber because I use this all the time. But if I didn't have my premium subscription on, it would say basic and then it'll say paid. And then or it'll say view. But when you view it, it'll put the watermark on it. So you don't want to do that. So, but sometimes I lack some of the videos and I want to use it. So what I'll do, I'll put all my information in it and then I'll just screenshot it on my phone and I'll keep the flyer. Watch, let me show you case in point. Oh, this one. So some people, they can't never download my video. So I have it. So it's an actual video, but I just screenshot it because I liked it. I like the bubbles. And I kept it as a flyer. So you see how that works? Let's see. So yeah, so that's your marketing. You know, you'll have templates. Let me go back. You can create, and as y'all can see, now, let me tell y'all the other caveat to this. I remember we're all small business owners. We're all entrepreneurs. So if you have flyers, right, saying you're doing business, guess what you can do? Tell me. Which tax deduction? Oh, come on.
Advertisement.
Advertising.
And what you say, Price?
Advertising.
Okay, that's
the same
one.
thing as the lady said.
That's one. What's the other one?
Mileage.
What else? You can actually use communications. Because people gonna do what? People gonna be calling you, finding out about the program. All right.
They go to cell phone.
Bam. There it is. Boom. Tell me, I'm preaching better than y'all clapping in this piece. But so you can create all kind of stuff on here or whatnot. I just create my friend. She have a logo. I needed her to have a logo. I was like, I'm gonna need you to have a logo because we can't advertise you. So she's doing insurance now. So I create that. I went to logo, just picked out one of the little jazzy signs they had, and I created a little logo. So you don't have to be, when you're just starting off, you want to save yourself some money. You could really kind of do some things for cheap. So if you don't already have one and you're self-employed, you don't have to be incorporated. If you just as a sole proprietor, just come over here and find something cute and then just put the name of your company and use it as a logo until, you start making big dollars. You see what I'm saying? Because you don't have to be all paying $500 to get a logo when you just you ain't making no money yet. Just pick something out. It's a whole bunch of little things you can pick that's cute and I'm sure that you can be appeal to, right? So boom. So that's your marketing. And the only other thing is a press release. There's a whole bunch of free advertisement in community sections of the newsletter. I know people gonna say, why is she doing that? That's so ancient, that's so dinosaur. Well, guess what? It's not over yet. The world hasn't completely took over. We still got newspapers coming through. We still got magazines. We still got the free times. So use what you can, get all the technology you can as well, but you still have to kind of balance it out and kind of, it has to run parallel. You can't completely forget about stuff that you can use for free. That's going to help you, right? So it teach you how to write a press release, right? Look, AI. Yeah. All right, you can go here. What is a press release? It tell you go through, teach you how to write one. You can find samples, write a press release. So let me go back because I should have been specific. Let's see. I'm gonna go sample investment. Press release template. And as Chanisha stated, you can click on the images and bam, copy and paste that whole thing and just put your information in. You may want to change some words here and there, whatever works for you, right? I'm just saying, all right? Then see all that stuff you got to do. And if it's your first time and you try to work through it, then you got to take your time. You're going to need that whole 2 weeks, right? Locate your venue if you don't already have one. And guess what? If you got a for-profit, you need a nonprofit. You know why? Or you need to partner with some, because you can use the library for free. And the library got all kinds of computers. You don't even have to go, the kids don't even have to have a computer. But watch this. I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna show you where you can get some computers for free. Because I'm about to get some. They contact me today. Watch me work. And this works in any state. You can put free computers for low income students. It's a whole bunch. Now I'm gonna tell you the one that contacted me. You could go through each one of these. I actually clicked on the link. It was like 10, 16 ways to get them. And I went through each one and I emailed all of them. But this is who contacted me today. And the reason I chose PC People as one of the people I contact, because they have what they call host a distribution event. And I wanted to do a back to school event. But someone told me, he said, hey, why are you doing back to school? These kids are using technology. They don't have paper and pens and all that stuff. So I was like, dang. So I tried to get Microsoft, but they just so happened to reach out to me first. And let me see, where is that? So there's a part here that says host a distribution events. Back it up. And they are coming out of Atlanta. They contacted me today. Hold on, let me put it in. Let me just do it since I already know. Host, distribute. And you guys can jump aboard, especially if you're gonna be able to get some kids. You can lower them into your class, give them a laptop. There we go. Bam. So I didn't know who to email. So I went to support, and that's who I found out. I just emailed somebody, and then they sent me to the Atlanta distribution. And I think I went to here it is. I went to host an event. When I clicked on their page, and they told me, they said, by hosting an event or pop-up shop, you can help us reach customers in need of your community. Customers will register ahead of time using a unique URL, and then could come to the event to pick up their computer or hotspot modem. If needed, we can work together to provide financial assistance to your members, so there's no barrier to technology they need. So basically, they will help those individuals who can't afford it. They would get the computer for free, or the internet. So we help a lot in rural areas that have broadband issues, and bam, that's what these folks will do. Oh, that's why they caught me, because they're linked to Microsoft. I knew Microsoft was one of the people I contacted. Yep. Bridge the Gap Partners. Gotta be 501c3, which that's what I sent in. Company email. We already own Guidance Star. Remember I talked about that earlier? Have a website, we got one of those. Facebook page, we got one of those. And 3 or more paid staff, but we don't have our legitimate board. So we don't have paid staff on our nonprofit, but we have a board, legitimate board. So they pull out 501c3, they can see all of that stuff. And once you register, bam, they contact you back, because they contacted me.
Cool.
Right? So that's how you can get the kids you want to, or the adults that you want to help, or they want to sign up for your class and don't have a computer. You can get with one of these sites. Like I said, I went through, it was 10 how to get, computers for free. And you will see a whole bunch of them. And I emailed everybody. And they the first people to contact me back. See, computers for low income. I don't know how many of you live in small towns, but like in my town, like my mama got two tablets. She over here collecting tablets for folks who ain't got no phone. Every time she lose some low income, she be like, "Hey, you get food stamps? Come over here and help me get this this tablet." And the person to come because they don't use it, and they'll give it to a child in the neighborhood who don't have a computer or don't have a tablet. Yep. So they're giving out all this. See, they're giving out tablets, internet, free internet, depends. So if you partner with one of them, like we got to learn how to leverage, or you could get laptops for cheap. So Microsoft have refurbished ones and they're selling to you, I think, for $150. Yep. See, sign up. When we come, get with your Goodwill, your Salvation Army. They may be already get some. They may partner with you. And Goodwill will let you use their facilities too to teach a class. Yep. Look, get a tablet for $10.01. I know I ain't the only people that know low income folk. Y'all tripping. All right, so boom. So that's how you get resources, free resources. You want to create a team, and keep in mind, you create a team, it don't always have to be them crusty adults. There's some colleges, if you near HBCUs, talk to the president, try to get work study students to work with you. Because they would get paid. A lot of the college were out of work study slots. So you could talk to them about that. That's what I'm about to try to help coach with for employees.
Wait a minute. Say this. What do you mean, Ms. Mo? Break that down for me. Say that.
So in school, you apply through financial aid and you apply for work study. That means that you get a little job. The federal government pay you to work the little job. So you work a certain amount of hours, and then the federal will pay you. So what I'm saying is, as a company, so my friend Mike, before he passed, he was a Benedict graduate. And so he was so close with the school. He had them to all the students that did not get work study with the school. In particularly, he worked with a lot of athletes. They would assign those students to him, sign them up for work study, and he would be responsible for getting those kids jobs so that they could do. And he would sign off on their timesheets. So if like we needed help in the community, or housing authority need help, he would get those students to go and do it, but they would get paid by Benedict. Well, not Benedict, but the federal government. So any student that qualifies for work study, they would sign up. So you would have to partner with the school, talk to them and say, hey, listen, I have this program. I need X amount of students. Can you give me some students that qualify for work study, but y'all don't have any more slots for them? They can come and work with us, but you would be responsible for them. And then you sign off on their timesheets and they would turn them into the school, and the school will make sure they get paid. Makes sense? You could build your team there.
Yeah, make perfect sense.
Right. And then end of year project. So you want to come up with, so if you want to teach somebody to trade and they're gonna open up a paper trade account, then your end of year project, you can create it on your own. You'll take out a Word document. You know how to trade, you know what you do, you know what you're gonna teach them. So you could create it, and I'll take some time to show how to create a project. And then you would have them do that at the end, because it has to be based off of what you're teaching. So each one of these weeks, you put this in a PowerPoint presentation, no more than 5 to 10 slides, because I'm gonna tell you, after an hour, people get bored. Do not talk to people for an hour. Maybe you could talk to them for 15 minutes, then you give them a assignment, then you come back, you talk about the assignment with them, let them talk about it, then you come back, maybe you close it out with some information. But do not plan to talk to nobody for an hour and a half, 3 hours. So, but we could talk about how to create a lesson plan. Maybe Shanisa helped me out with that on the live stream, because she She's real good at creating lesson plans. And then you do the same thing. So you create your PowerPoints. We can break this down. As a matter of fact, I can really maybe just take the next 4 weeks and really just build this entire program. Y'all could just use it as an example to how to do something. Just break out all of this, put it all together, and you'll see the entire packet, how it works. So once you finish this stuff, create certificates, use your post on my wall, create you some certificates. You know, you don't have to go all out, do nothing extravagant, you know, do some cake and ice cream, that kind of thing. Have a little party in the end, make them feel good, go out into the world. Hopefully they made some money the whole time they was in this class. And then you have your follow-up. This is where you want to contact those students who were there before, because some of them may become your assistants, you know, your helpers, right? See how they're doing. Some of them gonna be good, and some of them gonna be fell off the rocket and you can't contact them. And then at the end, you sit down and you say, okay, what did I do? What was good? And you know, what are my strengths? What went well? And then, okay, what do I need to fix? Start off from the very beginning. Is my intake form? Did I have to add stuff on it, scratch through, line through? Do I need to tweak it, change it up a little bit, add more information for them coming in? What did I learn about them that I could have just learned in the beginning through my intake form? Go to your marketing. Is my flyer too busy? Do I need to change some things? Maybe the newspaper not really working for me. I can use them, but maybe I'll earn money and I want to go to the radio, you know, radio ads or something. Maybe I need the street team or whatever. You know, my venue, was it too small? Was it too hot? Was it too cold? Is it in an ideal location? You know, you go to your team. Were they mean? Were they not talkative enough, not friendly enough? They didn't have enough technical knowledge, Microsoft, Excel, you know, Word, that kind of thing. Maybe they wasn't social media savvy, they couldn't really help me, you know, that kind of thing. I need to reevaluate them. And my project, was it too hard? Maybe it wasn't something they could do in 4 weeks. Is it something I need to streamline? You know, that kind of thing. Same thing, go through your courses. You know, how did they react while they were in there? Hopefully you were taking notes as you went along, and boom, now, you know, you finish, you take a break, and then boom, you start all over again. All right. And then we come back, we say, okay, now, I got that out the way, which is all of this.
Well, hey, before you move on, Ms. Mo, let me ask you a question about the mission statement, objectives and goals.
Oh, let's go back.
So,
go ahead.
Yeah, right up top. I mean, I'm familiar with the concept you're putting down. It's just that I learned it from an organization perspective. And when you say mission statement, goals and objectives, are you is that just for that project, or is that for the entity or organization?
The entity or the organization.
Okay.
Because
great. Okay.
Yes, because
yes.
Let's see. Let me do this. Everything up top, all organization data. Right. Then very based on grant or opportunity. The reason I say opportunity, because Janisa has a workforce training program, and her training program was designed for individuals who were going into the workforce, or companies who needed help training their employees to be better employees. But she ended up with an opportunity to actually train Commission for the Blind, vision impaired individuals. Whole nother ball game. Had nothing to do with what she was put that program in for, but it was an opportunity. So is she gonna pass up that money? Heck no. I'll have another objective added on.
There you go.
You know, yeah.
No, so, I got you.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead and finish your thoughts, sis. I'm sorry.
No, I was done.
No, I was just saying, I mean, I always, the way I came across that concept, you know, the mission statement is like a strategic outlook, let's just say 5+ years or whatever, 3 to 5 years. And then objectives, those three supposed to support each other. Like
Right.
how you put that down, you know, the mission
Right.
statement may be no more than 5 sentences, and then the objectives may be no more than 10 things that point back to those 5 sentences, and then the goals point back to those objectives. So, and then you
Yes.
went into the project, but the project may only address 1 sentence or, you know, 2
Exactly.
objectives, but you squeeze as much as you can in there to get the
Exactly.
scope. Okay,
And that's
I'm tracking.
a good point. And that's a good point, because you may find a grant that just supports one of your goals, and that's fine. You don't, because the misconception of people when they get into nonprofits, they think they're gonna find a grant to support their entire mission. You're not, unless that's not a grant, that's investors. You may
Yeah,
find
you in the VC world in. Yeah.
or seed money.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you're
Gotcha.
looking for something to support your mission, then you're looking for seed money, or you're looking for investors, or you're doing fundraisers. All of those, they may support. But if you are going after grants that already exist, then unless that grant, like for example, Richland County put out discretionary grants, but they let you write the grant to your liking. That means they will support your mission, discretionary money. But some discretionary is specific to what they want you to write to. You see what I'm saying? So you know, that's just something you would have to know. And then if you're going after, let's say, Dominion Energy, 9 out of 10, their grants are going to be centered around things that has to do with energy, electricity.
Some type of initiative, green energy or rural areas.
Right.
I got you.
Right. So that means maybe I don't know, maybe one of your objectives has to do with environmental stuff. Then boom, you go after that grant. But you see how that works? You could really literally, like I was talking about the other grant that I showed you from Mississippi, you could really go after it. You just have to write a program to it.
Gotcha.
Now, the other thing is specific. You can have, they may ask you for a program budget or an operational budget. Operation is everything. What I just showed you earlier from that grant.gov. That's your personnel, your fringe benefits, all of that. That's operation. Program budget is just program expense, program supplies, venue if you have to get it, salaries if you have to put it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, so hey, build on that a minute, Ms. Mo, because you kind of start off, you alluded to, hey, you said think.
It's
I'm sorry. Okay. But don't build on a little bit. Just
I will. I can do it. Hold on.
Give it
Let me
a
go
30-second sound bite when you said that 1 year. Well, I'm just saying because you said, hey, think your thing through, or think. I'm trying to surmise what you were saying within a year.
As we go along. Yeah.
Right. But some of them, especially those federal projects, can run up to, I think, a minimum 5 years is all I'm getting at.
Yes, 3 to 5 years. They'll tell you to write it up for 3 or 5. Yep, because the money, that's why when you see that money, it was what, 50 million, 5 million?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
5 million.
500,000 would be a year. But if you got that 5 million, that's probably 5 million, 5 years or 3 years.
Gotcha.
So when you got to this part, I didn't even put missing something. Sorry, cost per participant.
Well, that's the most important part for the grant.
I'm sorry, my bad. Cost per participant. So, that's a whole nother ball game. We'll do that, but let's do it this way. Let's do it like this. You can go to Excel and you can go to search And the easiest way is to look for profit and loss. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry, not home. You want to go to new and look for profit and loss. Oh, I like to use this one right here because it's all on one page. Oh, give me an income statement. I clicked the wrong thing. Go back. But you need this too. You need this one too. New. There's a reason I want the profit and loss. This one. No, this one. Okay. Now what I do is I take them all, put them on the same. God, I can't. This is always the one you can't get the. Sometimes the templates be crazy. But anyway, the reason I want this one, because it kind of helps you understand what should go where. So you got your products of your service, your product or your service, right? That's goods or services. That's where your revenue is coming from. So when you get into nonprofit, you can't just think about grants. You got to think about how can I make money to fund my nonprofit. So usually if you do an event, you do a small fundraiser, a medium fundraiser, or a large fundraiser, right? And those things you're going to build them on year after year. And then they'll get larger and larger. And you look again, you'll be funding your own project. That's why, like a lot of organizations, they do events. They do those events because they need to fund their mission. So they may be getting grants in, but they also need to have something they're doing for themselves. Because as you noticed, as of earlier, what Chanisa pointed out, organization and administrative funds is only 10 to 15%, 15 to 20% of a grant. So you have to find another way, right? Cost of goods sold. So here, your expenses. These are all of this right here is what will make up a budget. Right? You got your operating expenses, you got your sales and marketing expenses. Sometimes you have research and development, sometimes you may not even have it. Don't delete it, just put 0 in the box. Then you have your general administrative, your wages, salaries, outside services, supplies, bills and entertainment, rent. And if you notice anything about this list, it matched that Schedule C for your sole proprietors out there. So this information go both ways, nonprofit or for profit. Same stuff. And the formulas are already built in. So I like using the template. And then these are your taxes, because you can't forget about your taxes, right? So your budget, it can look similar to this, or you could just kind of, let me go back to my Excel. Ooh, y'all better be lucky my boo sleep. Let's see. Y'all abusing me today. Y'all abusing me. Brandon ain't talking trash. He must have fell off.
Ha! You thought I did. I'm still.
I'm gonna be quiet, Ms. Mo, but you putting down some good juju.
Let's see. Got this wrong. So you can get money through people donating to you individually, on organizations, but donations in kinds. You can get grants, money in the form of grants. You can get miscellaneous income that comes from anywhere. You can have an endowment. If you got money, you know how people think of endowments, they only think about the the schools or large institutions, if you kind of set a little bit, like for example, because I'm gonna do this soon, it's not gonna be a lot, but I'm gonna look into endowments because I want to do one for my alumni. Ain't gonna be about 10,000. Ain't gonna be a lot, but I'm gonna see how much it
Hey,
costs.
you need to consider that. I know I said I was gonna be quiet, but consider that for a doggone. That's a discussion right there. Whether because endowment is nothing but a nonprofit going in and doing some investing for themselves. You know, I don't know how
Right.
convoluted they will be on the accounting and tax side, but yeah,
Yeah,
that's something worth talking about.
yeah, I want to get into that. And then you got fundraisers, you know, you can put on your own fundraisers, and fundraisers could be anything. You know, you have to be the mission of your program. It could be like me and Trinice getting ready to do a fundraiser. I just showed y'all one fundraiser, Paint and Sip. I'm gonna donate that to the veterans. And then me and Trinice are gonna do a fundraiser about we're gonna recognize service workers to raise some funds. And so on and so on. Then you got miscellaneous money that just may come from somewhere, right? So this is all your income. And then you have your expenses. And in a nutshell, kind of will fall under these lines. Keep it simple. You got your program. Now, some grants may tell you to break this out. Right? Some may not. Just get in the habit and break it out.
You're doing it by memory. I mean, what is the cash flow statement?
I do just a little budget. Just a little budget for programs because I do it so much. And most little simple grants, this is all they ask you for.
Cool.
Like if you're gonna go, if you're gonna ask like maybe a city representative or maybe a buddy who got a nice company or whatever, this is all they're looking for. They're not, you just gotta have something. Because when you talk about a project, this is all it is. It ain't your whole company. It's just what you're doing for that particular project.
Gotcha.
And that's it. And this amount needs to equal. They need to even wash. So let's do it.
Look, I gotta check out Ms. Mo. Appreciate the nuggets this evening.
I know, I'm about to go too. So boom, that's what it be. And this number has to equal this number. All right. I gotta go too because I'm tired. So any questions how we kind of just put that down, y'all?
No, ma'am.
I know it's a lot, but the more I share it, should be good.
No,
it was good.
Say, repetition becomes repertoire. Keep
Right.
doing it.
Janisa?
Hey, it's always good to go back and refresh some of that stuff I haven't seen in a minute. I'm like, oh yeah, it's time. I appreciate it.
Yeah, ChatGPT can help you do all that. And Sunny, we live trading in the morning? He crazy. All right, y'all. Peace, power, and profit. Thanks everybody who watched the YouTube, who stuck around. And I'll see you guys sometimes. We gotta do some investment stuff.
All right, thanks, Mo.
Peace, power, and profit. Appreciate you, Ms. Mo.
All right, peace, power, and profit.